right. Thomas Cathey of Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat here with Jamel Semperfi Herring, who will be returning to the ring in just a few days. First of all,
Sure.
Jamel, how does it feel to be fighting on a Tuesday? It's a bit weird, ain't it?
No, it's cool with me because when I look at it, at least I'm probably the only boxing show on the day, so that means there's more attention. In terms of where everyone's fighting Saturday, you got so many different. Like today, for example, there's so many different cards on. I'm watching the Zone right now. Then you got the top rank card going on, and so I mean, I don't mind. Like I said again, I'm thinking for me at least, I'm just more eager just to get back in the ring. So it could have been on Sunday, and I'd have been happy.
Right on. So, how are you feeling? Your first fight camp in a while.
Right.
How has it been for you? How are you feeling right now? You feel like you're
Oh,
ready to
I
go?
just yeah, I just finished working out. I literally just finished working out probably not even 10 minutes ago, and I got back here and put the laptop on. You know what I mean? But I feel good. I feel strong. Again, you can see I don't feel like I'm weak. Even like I say again, the weigh-ins on Monday. Today is Saturday. So again, camp has been good. Yes, like you mentioned, it's been a long time since I've been in a full camp. But like my trainer will tell you, I probably been ready like 2 weeks ago. So if anything, I just been adjusting, fine tuning things now at this point instead of to basically stay away from overtraining.
Okay. I hear you. So, is there any chance you can give me like a scouting report? Do you know anything about Nicholas Molina, your opponent?
He's younger. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, what I mean? He's still undefeated fighter, but like in terms of experience, I can't really. I've seen a few of his fights. I can't really say anything that really stands out. I know he's pretty much a mover. He likes to move a lot. He try to use the whole entire ring, but I think it's one of those fights where I'm basically not gonna have to like find him if anything. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he's gonna try to really engage as much. And he may not, but I have to basically still prepare for the best version of Nick Molina.
Right on. So, being a veteran, this event, the proceeds are going to be going to uh, charity. So,
Yeah.
given your past, what does it mean to you to be a part of this event as you know uh, a, someone who is an ambassador for boxers who or veterans, but not just boxers, but boxing at a high level?
I mean, it's a blessing. I would say to be a part of something that you could do some good and give back and show and help with awareness towards veterans. So that was the main reason why we waited to fight around this time of the year. Again, I could have been fighting in September, but Lou DiBella and the team they wanted me to wait a bit and make it special. So if anything, it's a special event. I'm honored to represent not only just for boxing on a high level, but like you said, military veterans as well.
Right on. So, talk about working with Wayne McCullough. How's that been for you? Is there anything in
Oh,
particular that uh, you've learned?
defense, man. If I'm an honest guy. Helped me a lot in terms of tightening up my defense. Learning my distance better, even at this late in my career. Trying to close the gap and still be in range to attack and be out of range way, but not too far out to where I can't maybe counter. So Wayne comes from the school of Eddie Futch. Eddie Futch has trained greats like Riddick Bowe, Joe Frazier, and the list goes on. But man, what I'm saying, we don't have a lot of teachers. We have a lot of trainers, a lot of good trainers, but we don't have too many teachers out there. And I believe that Wayne McCullough is one of those teachers, and he really believes in the craft that Eddie Futch has instilled in him, and he's basically passing it down to me now.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. So, now, can you talk a bit more about your decision to come back? It was rather abrupt. What
Right.
what changed during that time off? Why did you decide to come back? And how did your family react to the decision?
Um, I left because mainly injuries. Like I said, I had issues with my right shoulder for starters. So if you know my career, I like to use my jab, and once I felt like I couldn't use certain tools, there was no excuse. I just felt like my body was giving out, so I had to give my body a break. And then when I'm working alongside Christina Poncher and Top Rank doing commentating, you start seeing all these good fights up close. So of course you get that itch and that hunger, to really want to come back. And my family knew that I still had so much love for the game, for the sport of boxing. So again, especially with Jen, she kind of was like hesitant about me coming back, but over time, she seen that it was just growing on me again, and her main concern was always safety, just like everyone else, from my close friends and my even down to my children. So that it was really like one of those things where I had to basically get their blessings first, and I had close friends that motivated me to, including guys like Tim Bradley and Andre Ward, who still believe I had a lot in the tank to come back.
Yeah. What's funny about those two guys trying to get you to come back is they both retired in their early 30s and never came back.
Right.
And here they are telling you to come
Yeah.
back. So I guess that means something, right? That they
Oh yeah.
knew when they didn't
Yeah.
really
Then
have any more in
I
the
got close
tank.
friends in Cincinnati. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Crayon Marketing. Saying saying Nina Crayon and the gang over there. They've been a great help. Cincinnati Golden Gloves, the gym. They've been a great help. Like Rashid Warren and so many others. That just been a part. It's part of the journey. And again, they especially being in Cincinnati, they would always see me come to the gym and help with the kids and work closely with the kids. And again, and like I said, going to work with Andre Ward and Tim Bradley. And I'm like, the same thing we're just saying. I'm like, I just tell these guys, hey, especially with Dre, like, hey, Dre, man, maybe you should come back too. Like, so
Right.
it's crazy. But again, those guys are Hall of Famers now. They've done a lot for the sport. And you know, I guess I guess I still have another chapter to write in my own, say my own story.
And what is the goal specifically? Is it to just win a world title? Or are you looking to fight someone in particular? What is the goal?
I'll say both. I would say both. I would say both. Of course, I'm from Long Island, New York, so I was looking at the guys like Buddy McGirt. I believe that Buddy McGirt is the best fighter to come out of Long Island. I would say I'm probably the second. I mean, respect to guys like Chris Algieri, who's the second who's the second world champion for Long Island. I'm the third, and Joe Smith being the fourth. But I will always put myself on that level, saying that I'm probably the second best, from Long Island, right, but right under Buddy McGirt.
Mhm.
And so my thing is to catch up with Buddy by winning another world title. And then, again, I want to fight guys like, Joe Cordina, who's fighting tonight. Shout out to Joe. Joe's actually a good friend of mine that I've
Mhm.
known for over since 2011, 2012. I've known Joe. So me and Joe always been good friends. I know Lamont Rocha hit the Garcia fighting. Lamont Rocha has expressed that he wants to do a rematch. So I'm gonna be looking out for that fight. Oshaki Farsis just put on a hell of a performance. Shout out to Oshaki, shout out to Shock. And Emmanuel Navarrete, he has the belt that I had held at one point in time.
Right.
And I still have very close ties to Top Rank, and so does Luda Bella. So I think that's a fight that could possibly be made as well down the line.
Okay. Well, looking forward to see what happens in the future. I would like to hear your expert commentating opinion on a couple upcoming fights, please. Um,
Yes.
First, Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. What do you think about that matchup? Any thoughts on
Well,
that?
it's crazy. I actually supposed to spar with Shakur in my previous camp, but think we couldn't get the time schedule right. So, but I was going to definitely help out Shakur.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Is good. He's a good guy. Like I said, we're friends again. But again, I think that's a good fight because Edwin's a tough individual, and you can see that he's up for the challenge. Shakur's having issues getting an opponent as it is. Let's be honest. Like, he went down the list, and everybody either blatantly didn't want to fight, or there was one excuse or there another, or whatever. But Edwin stepped up to the plate for less money and one of the challenge because he wants to become a world champion. So you got to respect anybody who has that dog in them to become a world champion. And Edwin, his styles is different. He'll rough you up, and he's strong. So I think it's gonna be a good I think it's gonna be a good challenge. I think it's gonna be like something similar to, honestly, my honest opinion, something like when you seen Javante Davis versus Cruz, Isaac Cruz. where
Hmm.
Javante Davis had to put on more of his boxing skill, and because Cruz was kept coming and coming and coming, and I think that's what's happened with Edwin as well. Edwin's going to just keep pressing Shakur, so Shakur's going to have to bring out his defensive skills as well as his ring generalship.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. I think Shakur should, win that one pretty handily, but we'll see. After this past Saturday with Fury and Ngannou, I feel like anything could happen at this point. Um,
Right, exactly. Yeah, boxing is just a strange sport. It takes just one punch for
right.
things to turn around. So the things to turn and do a complete 180. So again, yeah,
Mhm.
boxing is a strange sport, man.
No doubt. But if I could get your opinion on this fight, I'm sorry. It's Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. What do you think about
Another,
that
that's another,
matchup?
that's another guy I was supposed to get in the gym with Devin, but at the time Devin was in California promoting that press conference that we all love and laugh at. But that's a good one. That's an interesting one. I believe Devin Haney has the tools to outbox Regis, but Regis has to be. We need to see that. We need the Regis program that we seen in the Cepeda fight when he became a 2-time world champion. We need that. We need that version of him where he has
Yeah.
to slip, get on the inside of that jab, and come over with the left hand, or what I mean, come over with the big strong left hand and work the body, because I guarantee you, Devin is he's gonna be not running but moving and circling and using the ring, depending on how big the ring is. You know what I'm saying? That you gotta look at things like that as well. The ring says a lot. Like the ring I seen just earlier today with the Cordino fight, that ring may be work towards Vasquez's favor, because he's an active fighter and there's not too much space to move in. But if there's a bigger ring, Devin Haney's gonna have a lot of space to feel comfortable and move around and box.
Okay. Right on. Well, I'm looking forward to that matchup too. I'm hoping that I could actually make it there. I'm from Northern California myself, from Sacramento, so just a short couple hour drive. So hopefully I can make that one. But anyways, champ, thank you for taking the time out to talk to
Time,
us
brother.
and tell us how you're doing. Give us a breakdown of how training's going ahead of your fight. Best of luck to you, and we'll be tuning in. All right,
Yeah, and we gotta talk again later on sometime. We'll talk maybe after this fight. We'll talk about what's
for
coming up
sure.
next. I
Let's
got you,
do
bro.
that for sure. Let's do that. We'll be in
All
touch,
right.
man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Take
All right,
care.
you too.